Hello, I'm Benny Westside, and today we're going to talk about the Hive Mind team, and more specifically, Red Goblin. We're going to discuss what each of the existing four members brings to the table, and what we should expect from Red Goblin to complete the team, uh, as more of a complete full raid team. Um, but before I get into that, I want to hear what your expectations and wishes are from him. Um, so let me know in the comments before. Years ago, when I first looked at different types of symbiotes, and I was researching I think it came about after I watched the Venom movie. I wanted to find out what symbiotes there were, and who like the symbiotes have bonded to in terms of other characters than their uh, main canonical hosts. And when I found out that Carnage had bonded with Green Goblin and that it was called Red Goblin, I was like, whoa, that's amazing. But that's such a deep cut. They would never bring that to MSF. Yet here we are on the cusp of finally getting him in the game. So I'm actually pretty thrilled. So I hope he delivers. But let's start. Let's talk about the team. So Carnage, he brings one main thing, and that is the speed bar, and he's always been really valuable to his team because of this, and this 30% whenever an enemy drops to red health has always been phenomenal, and it's great because if they heal up and go back down, it works. Whereas the other characters like Archangel or Jubilee who do it when they die, they're dead. There's no way to replicate that. Whereas this is more more prolific, and 30% as opposed to most of the other ones, which are 25. And let me tell you, that's pretty much the gist of what he's gonna bring. He's gonna do damage and add some bleeds, but like his value to the team overall is the speed bar. Now I said bleed. Let me tell you why bleeds are important. Because Void Knight heals whenever an enemy takes damage from bleed. So one of the big things Void Knight brings is healing. He also brings health and armor. On spawn, he gives speed up to the team and energy. So he's truly a support character for this team. So he brings all of that. And then he also has damage and control, which are great, but a lot like his basic and his special are more selfish abilities. And then, his ult also. So it's more on his passive. So you want bleeds. That's what Carnage secondarily brings. He brings bleeds, so it translates to healing. But yeah, Void Knight fills that void of healing, energy, and health overall. All right, and then let's talk about Venom. Venom and Carnage don't bring team-wide stat boosts, so that's interesting. But he gives defense up. He gives counters, and that's kind of about it. And then again, control and damage overall. He also brings bleeds, which translate to healing, but that's secondary in conjunction with Void Knight. And then when we look at Gwenem, she has the focus passive, which is really important, and she has some reflexive support in that she gives evades and a little bit of healing on her turn to the whole team. And then on her ultimate, she gives offense up, defense up. Anything else? Oh, of course. And her main thing, she gives ability energy on all of her abilities. Basic, special, ultimate. and then her special does the buff spread the way Agent Venom did, or Nick Fury does. So you can see there's a lot of holes still in the team. If you've played with them, you do feel a bit of a lack of damage. I think Red Goblin has to have a damage passive. It might be like Sunspots, where it's more tied to raids as opposed to everywhere, just to keep them not, like, they might want to keep them tame outside of raids, so they might lock it more to raids, the damage passive, but I think he has to have it. It might be in the form of crit damage and crit chance instead of pure raw damage stat. I don't know, we have to see it, but I don't see any way he doesn't do that. He also, I think, needs to bring a revive mechanic, because in recent history, every raid team has had a revive. That's their MO. I don't think they're gonna not have that anymore because of the way raids are now. Revives have become really important. I think Red Goblin's gonna have to revive somebody. I know he's not the healer or the support, but that's probably that must be how they focused or moved around the abilities. I think he has to have it. I'm expecting it. I would also expect him to be more of a damage dealing character. Again, probably a lot of bleeds, and I want to say he should have AoEs. That's just the kind of character I'm expecting. And then he's based off of Green Goblin and Carnage, right? And both of those characters have speed bar mechanics. So I think he might have it, whether just on himself or for the whole team. But I think he might have that. And that's more of a might. In terms of should, I think he should have speed up for the team. Not bar, but speed up. Because Void Knight gives speed up on spawn, but they don't have any speed ups after that, beyond the speed bar from Carnage. But in the original Symbiotes team, we had Scream giving speed up and Carnage giving speed bar. So we might see Red Goblin filling that role, because I do think we're going to want speed ups on the team. Beyond that, we might want to see, this is like, I don't think this is definitely happening, but we might want to see some safeguard or trauma, because so far this team doesn't have that. Not every team has not every raid team has safeguard or trauma, but you know, like Rebirth and what's the one I'm thinking of? Rebirth and Extreme have safeguard, but they don't have trauma. Death Seed had trauma, but not safeguard. So we might see, or I'd like to see a combination, or one or two of those. We'll see. It might be nice to have, you know, an AoE trauma over there. Beyond that, he might also have like a resistance passive, because Gwen gives focus, Void Knight gives health and resistance, health and armor. So if this guy gives damage and resistance, that might fill out the 5 stats. So, but I think damage is a must. It has to be there. It might be crit again, as I said. It might be just crit damage, but it's gonna happen. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping to see. I hope he has something cool and unique. We'll see. I'm looking forward to unlocking him. Let's see. Let me know what you think, what your expectations are. have you unlocked Void Knights, and how are your opinions so far? I'm curious to hear, so let me know. Thank you for chatting through this with me. I hope to see you in the next one.